10 interviews to do. Bishop Brown. I don't know why Bishop Carr's on this list, but we'll take care of that when we can.
How long have you been married? How many children or grandchildren?
Spit it out, son.
This is stupid. What does he want? This doesn't even make any sense. Where did I meet my wife? I might not want everybody to know where I met my wife. I especially don't want to tell him.
You know,
Well, it's been so long ago, I forgot where I met my wife.
but you know what? I don't know what book, chapter, and verse this come out of. I thought we were going to be doing some scriptures.
And Derek always trying to get somebody on tape and embarrass him. That's what he's doing. You know he's going to try. What he going to do? Going to have us looking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, why in the world they want to know how much money I got in my pocket? They don't need to know all that.
Boy, he gonna tell me how good he can cook. I told him I'd go up against him any day. He claimed he cook a good pound cake, but he can't cook no tea cakes like me. No man can. That's just leave out there. We don't have to worry about it.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Inside the Bishop Studio. I'm your host, Derek Grant, and I have with me Bishop Andrews. How are you today, sir?
Great. How are you, Derek?
I'm doing good. It's a little warm outside.
It is.
You know?
It is.
It's so warm this morning.
Yeah.
I started off like you did up here.
What do you mean you started off like I did?
I shaved all my hair off this morning.
And you grew it back this evening?
The heat made my hair grow back.
Derek,
Yes.
I am a bishop of the church. Do you want to confess now or later?
Oh. Fill out my card for me on Sunday.
Okay, that'll
Fill out my
work.
card for me on Sunday. You became a Christian when?
I was about 12 years old.
Okay.
Don't remember the exact age.
So that would have been like 10 years ago?
A little further than that.
Okay.
A little further than that. Yeah,
Okay.
A little further than that. About 12 years old. And I was in East Texas. I grew up in Jefferson, down in that area. So it was my home congregation down here.
Okay.
And I obeyed the gospel. I guess one Sunday, I think it was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been a bishop here at Mountain View?
Since since 2006.
Okay.
So that's about a little over 5 years
5
now.
years.
5 years was back, anniversary back earlier this year.
And what made you become a bishop?
Well, to be honest with you, when you start thinking about there's a passage in the Bible that talks about every knee bowing and every tongue confessing. It talks about everyone will have to give an account. In Romans 14, it talks about everybody giving an account of their own deeds. Well, on the same token, you're going to have to give an account of why you did or did not do what you should with respect to the church and the Lord's work. If I know that I have certain talents and I know that I'm able to do things that would be beneficial to the Lord's kingdom, and the Lord asked me, why didn't you do this? Then what is my answer? What is my reaction? What would I say to him? And I started thinking about that, and knowing that I had the ability to do it, and knowing that I'd been around people that had been leaders before, and I had the desire to be a leader. It was pretty much a no-brainer to go ahead and start trying to apply myself in that area. Yeah.
Now there is a pressing question that I have for you. Where did you meet your wife?
Well, to be honest with you, I was in East Texas. My two of my brothers and myself, we were there for a funeral of a family friend.
Okay.
And we went, after the funeral, we went to the home of the deceased to pay our respects.
Yes.
And there was a young lady there that I hadn't seen before. She was talking with a guy that I did know. And she caught my eye.
Yes.
I decided to talk to her.
Okay.
And it just so happens that was my future wife.
Yes.
And that was her brother-in-law that was her brother that she was talking to. She lived in Houston. I lived in Dallas. We were both there for the funeral.
Yes.
And we met
Very,
there.
very, very touching story. Very touching story.
Yeah.
But bottom line is, you met your wife at a funeral.
I did.
Okay. All right. You know, I'm not
At
gonna.
the home after the funeral, really. Yeah.
However you want to say it. However you want to say it. If there was some final words of encouragement that you could share with the church, what would those words of encouragement be?
Well, of course, I always encourage members when I see them with respect to their individual struggles, what they're going through. Some people are going through financial problems. Some people are going through medical problems. And, you know, you encourage them along those lines. I really would like to encourage our young people. I see so much time wasted when our young people graduate, go off to college, leave home for whatever reason. You know, they're adults now, and they have the tendency, like many of us have in the past, to fall away from the church and start doing our own thing, kind of thing. Well, I got this freedom and all that, you know. And those productive years, the church loses because our young people decide they want to go off and do this and that. I would encourage them to stay faithful and just watch what the Lord will do with your life, how successful He will make you, and the kind of things you would reap and the souls that you will be able to touch.
Okay.
Okay.